Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. You're watching Healer Within. Sister Shivani is with us. Welcome, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. In the last episode, we were talking about words, meanings, rituals, the losing of the essence and the real meaning of mantras.
And like you very beautifully said, that we depending more on the accuracy of the act rather than the intention behind the act. The more we, because like we saw even with I am a soul, the intention is purity, beauty and perfection. But because I thought I'm a body, I started working on perfection, beauty and accuracy of the body. Similarly here, the ritual, the intention was in purification internally, but because of body consciousness, we started working more on the perfection and the accuracy of the ritual outside. Let us always remember that relationship with God is based on intention.
That is why these Pandits, Brahmins and people who have the real knowledge about it, they say, if you do not know how to speak these mantras accurately, don't. Just understand the meaning and talk to God in your language.
Absolutely.
So if you have to speak them accurately. Don't do that.
No, but again here, see, if you have to speak, then speak them accurately.
But you're speaking, when you're not accurate, you don't even know the meaning.
Yes, but it's like a child talking to the parent. I cannot say speak only when you can speak accurately.
Speaking to a parent is different from speaking a mantra which has got an affirmation, which has different benefits.
For? What was the mantra for?
For benefit of mind and surrounding.
Yeah, so benefit of the self by connecting to the supreme power.
I don't know whether connecting to or not, but every mantra has for good health.
Yeah.
There is a different mantra.
You have the mantra or the prayer so that I can sit in the remembrance of the Supreme Being, invoke that power, and then connect to that power to invoke the power within me, and then a healthy spirit and thereby a healthy body. If I just affirm, let's say if I just affirm, I should be healthy, I should be healthy, this body is healthy, and just become healthy like that? No. And if I just do that affirmation for 10 minutes, and then the rest of the day, stress, anger, anxiety, this body will be healthy? No.
Like you said in the last episode,
Yeah.
I heard you saying, these affirmations go and create in your mind that I am going to do this, and further.
After you start bringing it out into
Practice. Yeah.
And to bring it out into practice, we saw earlier what is missing? The power. Knowledge is not coming into practical today, because the power is lacking. So the mantras, the prayers were for what purpose?
Like you said, the stone. When I have the faith that this stone will help me in a certain thing, okay? So you said this helps you psychologically, and you start creating the thought that I'll be fine. And that faith in that I'll be fine in this, that will help me.
Only and only if you are continuously with this thought and you never create a counter thought. If I only create one thought, I wear the ring and I create one thought, now everything will be fine. Okay? And after this, I create 100 thoughts saying, no, but this is a problem, this is a mess, how can everything be okay? Everything seems to be going terribly wrong. Then everything is not going to be fine. And that's why we can have people wearing rings in all the fingers. Somebody told me the other day, I'm wearing this ring so that I will not get angry. Really? Do we really think that is possible?
It's to remind you.
To remind you. And after some time, if that ring only becomes a part of my accessories that I have on the body, then it's not playing its part of being a stimulant to remind me to create the thought that I'm going to be peaceful. They are stimulants, they are triggers. External anything is a trigger. is a stimulant, a reminder to tell me, create this thought. If you're going to say, I wear this ring and then everything is going to be fine, and then we would all wear rings and life would be perfect. And so many of us are wearing so many rings, but life still has all its challenges.
It can lead you to the right way, your faith.
Not the ring will not lead you to the right way.
The faith in the thought
The
which created
faith,
that now I will not now I will not get angry. So that's kind of an affirmation.
if you do that only once, I wear the ring and I create that affirmation.
But that is there for you 24 hours to remind you.
Provided you use that as a reminder 24 hours, and which generally might not happen. It's going to be like any other ring on my finger after some time.
And then we blame the ring. Look, there must be something wrong.
No,
The
it's
jeweler
not.
gave me the wrong stone and it's not helping me. I'm
Everything
still getting
is
angry.
right. It's just that we had to know how much power that has and how much I have to use my power. If we thought that has the complete power which will create the miracle, then that's not the right way of looking
Is
at
there
it.
any bigger power than getting connected to God?
Not only God, of course, supreme power, but in all these things, I am the higher power. So I cannot expect miracles from physical things. A physical object cannot change my sanskar. Why God's power helps me to change my sanskar? It's energy, it's power, it's qualities which I use to connect and then emerge my qualities. So it's like we saw earlier, a sanskar with a sanskar, a power with a power, a value with a value, not a ring with a sanskar. A physical object, it cannot even penetrate through here. No. What does this ring do? This is very scientific. We all have an aura, right? We have an energy field. I, the soul, wearing this physical body, but inside I also have a body of energy, which is dependent on my thoughts and feelings. And that's why today, if you see, there are technology by which you can see that body of energy.
The camera, yeah.
The camera. Now, it's Kirlian photography or different techniques that are there. When you see that body of energy, it will look, the contour will look exactly like your physical body. The colors in that body of energy, depending on the energy flow in that particular region.
All kinds of birds and...
Now, if you just take this particular region, this will reflect the energy flow here. So, the higher, the purer you are, the lighter will be the color here. Now, what will this stone do? This stone, the sun's rays falls on this stone. And then from here, the stone, the color of that stone is used to reflect. It's like the sun's ray hits that stone, and then from that stone, that color comes to the energy body, my body. So now you're using green color because there is something missing. You know, it's like a doctor saying this particular vitamin is missing. So I have to inject this particular vitamin into your body. What is being done by this stone? One particular color is being injected into the color field of your body. So basically what we're doing, we're going the other way around. Basically it's thoughts. Thoughts will create the energy field. Now what is happening? Inject into the energy field.
another color.
Yeah, inject the color into the energy field and let the energy field influence the thought, which will have an impact. Which will have an impact. But as long as I am using that in the right way and continuously with awareness. But even more easier and powerful than that will be, create the thought here and create it into your energy field. This is another way of going outside in. Because we're used to going outside in. Because I do not know the technique, nor have the power of going inside out, I've got used to living my life outside in. But the more I live my life outside in, the more I'm not using my inner power. And the more I'm getting dependent on
Outside power.
And the more my belief system gets reaffirmed that it's outside my creators of my destiny.
Outside can create weakness also.
Because I'm not using my inner power.
No, you can say, oh, this outside thing is not working. there's something wrong with me, I'll add to it another one, another stone, 3
True,
stones.
because if I'm not, see this green stone, now after a period of time, if you're not using your mind power with it, the energy correction in my energy field and then influence my mind, it's going to play a role. It is going to have an impact. But along with that, if I'm creating a lot of anger nowadays, this is supposed to inject, let's say, peace. Say, for example, this is supposed to inject peace into my system. So it is injecting a little peace into my system, but I'm creating a lot of anger nowadays. There's something happening here, something happening there, so many problems, so many challenges. So I'm using a lot of my anger sanskar. In the meantime, the ring is injecting peace. No doubt about that, because injecting into that energy field. But the amount of anger I'm creating is much higher. So I will say the ring is not serving its purpose. Now, want to wear the ring? Wear the ring. Understand why I'm wearing the ring, but don't stop at wearing the ring. Don't think that the ring will do everything. The ring is only an aid. It's going to help you a little bit. Along with that, whatever you feel the ring is meant to do it consciously yourself.
Like the clock alarm.
Absolutely.
It's telling you it's so time to wake up.
Right. So consciously, but you have to wake up.
You have got to wake up,
right.
or put it for another 5 minutes, or just switch it off and go back to sleep.
So if the alarm rings and I do this and I fall off to sleep, I might wake up after an hour and I say the alarm didn't ring today because I was busy sleeping. Then we even lose the power or the faith in the external objects. Then I go for another object and another object, and every object, after some time, I will find it's not serving its purpose. Because along with that object, I'm not doing my inner work. And finally, when I start doing tremendous amount of inner work, I will not even find the need for an external object. I don't need an aid anymore. I've learned how to do it myself. So if you're using the aid, use it just as an aid, not thinking it will do everything.
Alarm, it did its duty.
It will ring.
Ring. Beyond that,
Yes,
I have to do.
I have to wake up.
It can't wake you up or go to office on your behalf.
Absolutely. So I have to remember it's an aid, it's not magic. That's when lack of knowledge. But the one who will give it to me will say, wear this ring, everything will okay. Who's explaining it?
Yeah.
That is the thing. Nobody explained to me that with wearing this ring, hold it today, please take care, no anger, you will use peace as your quality in your interaction.
So many times, sister, women, make a mistake. They go to some jeweler and bring a kind of a stone, maybe a pearl, because they will ask somebody, my husband gets angry very, easily. And she would just give him a gift and say, why don't you wear this? But she will not tell the meaning. Then she will expect this man, Then she said, why is it not working?
Not going to work.
So somebody gifts you.
Yes, it's not going to work. Or somebody says, please wear it for my sake.
My sake.
Or please just put this in your pocket.
Because she knows that if I tell him this, he will get angry and say, do you say I need this?
True.
I don't need this to get, I'm strong enough. True. I don't need to wear this.
True. Very, very true.
So both sides.
But then when we're doing that, we are living our life with the faith that that object can create miracles with me. We're literally giving that object so much power, thinking that if I wear, or if somebody in my family, especially to the children also, because the children might not believe in it, so they'll just say, keep it in your pocket. Just for my sake, keep it in your pocket. You don't believe in it, don't worry, keep it in your pocket. Thinking that that object lying there in the pocket will do all the work here. Can we just sit back and think how something lying in my pocket can change my sanskar here? Not possible. Not possible. Let us not get cheated. We are cheating ourselves by saying this to ourselves. Or put this object somewhere in your house and the whole energy will change. Put the object in your house, use it as a reminder, and then work on creating the energy of the house. Energy of the house will change. Absolutely.
Absorb the good energy.
Very nice. Absorb also not so much from objects.
Well, I can absorb from your words.
You can
or your
absorb from
thoughts.
vibrations.
So they say every stone or everything has a vibration. So
Okay, so then that's again an aid. So even from a living entity, like when you said earlier that I go to my spiritual master or I go to a saint, profound energy, no?
we absorb, no?
Yeah. Till how long does it stay with us?
Till I remember that.
How long? Just think, we go for a meeting. We go all the way to where they are. We meet them. While we are with them, we are on a different state of being altogether. It's a different realm altogether when we are in their presence. Why? Because that time, I, the soul, is completely influenced by the vibrations of the soul before me. So when we are there with them, we feeling peace, we feeling bliss, we feeling purity, because we are in the presence of very high energy purity. And that time, I, the soul, what happens is very important. You know, sometimes we're feeling their purity. Actually, their purity is helping me to experience my
My own
purity.
purity,
That's very
my
important.
own silence, my
When I
own.
understand that their purity or their peace is helping me to experience my peace, I should remember I have the power to be like that. If I think I'm experiencing your peace, then I'll say I need to go back to them to experience peace and purity, because they are very peaceful. They are very pure, and I felt very nice in their vibrations. Their vibrations only triggered the purity of my vibrations. Now, once it's triggered, you know, it's like once the car has started, now push it and now start driving it yourself. Somebody you needed to push your car. It was standing for a very long time, not moving. So somebody pushed your car. Once it started, now I need to start driving the car myself. But what happens for us when we come back from meeting them, even by the time you even travel back to your place, we are back to what we were.
You can start fighting on the way. I experienced peace, and my wife will say I didn't, or if she says I experienced, I'll say I did not this time. No, he's good, he's bad. We can again.
We even see that people can get disturbed even when they come there to meet
Guru.
the high, because of so many people around them. Somebody is giving the appointment, what time you can meet them, when you can meet them. Okay, please wait for an hour, there's somebody still inside. And then I went there with the intention of experiencing purity and peace.
And then?
I can even get disturbed over there. So nobody outside, see, that's why we say healer
If we
within.
want to, we can experience peace and purity even while sitting outside his door.
We can
Our own.
experience it even sitting in
Yeah,
our own
but
homes.
see, yeah, but once you experience it,
Perfect.
taste it, understand the whole thing, you can be very sure at home. This is the same feeling and same experience.
But I will be able to do it only if I understand that in their presence, I experienced my peace. Then at least I'll try on my own. But if I think I experienced their peace, then I will feel they are peaceful, I am not, so I felt peaceful in their presence. Why are we saying again and again, healer within? The healer is not outside. The healer can be a trigger, can be a vibration, can be knowledge, can be advice, can be blessings. Again, it's like that one thing which will push your car. Yes, they are there, they're very helpful, very, very helpful, but just to give the first push. Now it's up to you if you want to continue driving the car, or then just go till there, again stop, and then again say, again I need to be pushed, again I need somebody. Even with God's power, God cannot purify me. You know, we say God is the purifier. God cannot purify me. God cannot change my sanskars. If God could purify us, we would all be pure. We would all be pure.
How does this connection purify me?
Yes, because again,
Because I have experienced it.
absolutely.
When I connect to God, my Parampita Paramatma, my Supreme, my Father, and I have a chat with Him in the morning, I feel that my sanskars are dying. And
Yes,
new sanskar, good ones are coming up.
perfect. But God is not doing it. You are using God's power. You are using God's power. Again, like the sun.
Or the electricity.
The sun is not creating the electricity in my house. I am using the solar power, then using technology to create the electricity in my house. But I cannot do it without the sun. Yes, I cannot do it without the sun. I'm not able to create that electrical energy. But even when the sun is available, it's I who will have to create that electrical energy. So if I just sit in front of the sun, and say, please give electricity, not happening. If I say, pray to God and say, please give me peace, please give me love, please give me power, will not happen. I have to take His power, be aware of my sanskars, use that power to trigger my peace and purity, and then, very important, implement it the whole day in my practical life, then it will become my sanskar. But using His power helps me to trigger that. Like in the presence of the saint, I'm able to experience my peace.
Because he is at peace.
He's at peace.
So you mean to say when I am at peace, the atmosphere in my house can also become peaceful?
Can also become
At least
peaceful.
I can help them?
Absolutely. And if I am angry?
That's the opposite.
Which means vibration.
So this means that I'm creating this kind of a atmosphere and the vibrations and the energy, negative and positive
Naturally.
energy. So we can all do it then.
We can all do it.
At least one person can start.
And that's why we say when we change, the world changes. If one person starts...
That's a very nice thing.
When one person starts, their world will change. First, this world will change, their world will change.
Instead of fighting at home, instead of getting angry on children and family to be peaceful and create peace, I'm all creating a negative energy because I'm shouting.
True.
Please create peace, please.
True. And what will happen that time? What will happen that time when I get angry?
I'm creating bad energy.
In myself first.
And outside.
Here. What will it trigger in them?
Anger.
See,
Disturbance.
I the soul have a sanskar of anger also, have a sanskar of peace also. Everybody around me also has both. Everybody has a sanskar of anger today, almost everybody. Nobody can say I've never got angry. So everybody has an imprint of anger and everybody has an imprint of peace. Now, when you use your sanskar of anger, that vibrates and that triggers the sanskar of anger in me because I get influenced in your presence because I live in a very automated way. I am not consciously aware that, okay, anger is coming from here, but I will not choose this. I will use peace.
Energy of anger is easily absorbed by a weaker soul.
See, absorbed means what? Again, you're sending...
Triggered.
Yeah, you're sending anger. You don't do this to me. You're sending the vibration of anger. I have both the options. I have both. If I am an aware soul, which means I'm living my life with awareness, I'm a peaceful soul, I have to respond peacefully, then in spite of your vibration of anger, I consciously choose to come out of my sanskar of peace. But if I'm living in an automated way, and I already have a very powerful sanskar of anger, and your sanskar, this vibration of anger, will trigger that and I will react with anger. Now, if on another day you start choosing your energy of peace in the house, I also have both anger and peace, and I'm living in a very automated way. So when you send out your vibration of peace, it triggers the vibration of peace in me, and suddenly the vibration of the house will change. Now, when we go to a saint, to a Mahatma, to a priest, they are radiating peace. They're radiating love. Each one of us is a peaceful soul, pure soul. So when we go in the presence of a radiator of peace, it automatically triggers the peace within me, the purity within me. I feel beautiful in their presence. Somebody, even in their presence, can create impurity or anger because we have both the options. But after triggering my peace and my purity in their presence, when I come back home and I'm living the same way that people can trigger whatever they want in me, even while I'm just coming out of the temple or the ashram, somebody can say something or somebody can bang into my car and my sanskar of anger triggers and there goes the peace. because this is anyways a more dominant sanskar. And then by the time I come home, I'm my normal self, the normal angry self, and then I will find the need to go to them again and again. God is the ocean of peace, is the ocean of purity, and I am not physically limited to connect to Him. To meet any physical human being, there is a limitation of time, space, going there, being physically in their presence. And they are peaceful souls. He is the ocean of peace. And who can be there with me anytime, anywhere, in fact, every time, everywhere.
Everywhere.
So I'm not limited, and that's why we'll say for God's power, unlimited. Unlimited. So like you said, the saint is very much like God. Even if he's like God, you cannot be connected to him continuously. God's power is an unlimited source of power and peace, and all that you have to do is just connect to him and keep on using his power to trigger your sanskar of peace and purity. And because we keep doing it often, you can meditate in the morning, you can do it after every few hours, and once you start doing it every couple of hours, that sanskar starts remaining more active. And then very soon it becomes your dominant sanskar. And your sanskar of peace has started getting submerged. And then we will say, I used God's power to heal myself.
So it's a nice thing. You said meditate in the morning, evening. Can we meditate now?
Sure, definitely. Let's sit back and look at myself. I, pure, beautiful, peaceful soul, master of this body. This is my original nature, original quality, the first impression. I, the child of God, my parent, is the ocean of peace. I'm very similar to him. His qualities are my qualities because I'm his child. His love, blessings, and powers are continuously radiating to me. And as these vibrations touch me, the soul, my sanskar of peace emerges. I become aware, this is who I am. Pure, peaceful being, royal soul, child of the Supreme Power. Like him, giving, loving, compassionate. Today, as I interact with everyone, let me remember, whose child am I? God's child. How would I be? Om Shanti.
Gemstones affect our energy field and give us high vibrations. These vibrations have an influence on our thoughts. So, we are using an external aid to change our vibrations and thereby change our thoughts. This is going outside in. Meditation is the process to change our thoughts, to change our vibrations, thereby going from inside out. The more we depend on outer powers, we are depleting our inner strength.
Om Shanti Om.